Hi there guys, Justin here again. In today's video, I'm going to be exploring the performance when you install an Nvidia driver, just by installing the Nvidia driver, doing a clean install and just installing the Nvidia driver as well as physics, versus using NVCleaninstall to install the driver and cutting out all the extra junk, versus installing the Nvidia driver with Geforce Experience but then switching off the in-game overlay. So before I get to results, I did use a slightly different methodology, which probably is much better, and I should have been using this previously. I recorded the 1% lows as well, so I can record the stability of the driver. The reason I haven't done it in the past is because Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales, you literally have to swing around the city twice before the 1% lows actually reflect accurately, so it takes hella long. And for Days Gone, as well as Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the 1% glows don't even show up for me. So yeah, that's why I didn't do it in the past. But going ahead, I'm going to be benchmarking and always be displaying the 1% lows to get the stability of the driver as well. Anyways, let's get to the results. So as you can see, my top results here was just the driver without Geforce Experience as well as physics, and then I don't install anything else, so it's a custom install. So I benchmarked 8 games, and all my games were tested at medium settings, and where there was FSR 2.0 or FSR 2.1 available, I set it to quality. So I calculated my average FPS, and then I also calculated my 1% lows. So what I did is, for only the driver without Geforce Experience, doing a custom install, I benchmarked 8 games, added up all the average FPSs, got to a total FPS count over 8 games, which was 560.78, divided that by 8, so my average FPS per game was 70.01. And then my 1% lows I put in brackets over here. So I added up all my 1% lows, and then my 1% lows total was 415.26, and then I divide that by 8. So my 1% lows on average were 51.91, and just so I can work out the stability, I divided the 51.91 by the 70.01, so my stability was 70.0. Don't worry, you don't have to remember that number. I'm just trying to figure out which one's more stable. Then for the next set of benchmarks, I used NVCleaninstall to install the driver. So I only installed physics, I installed the driver, and then I switched off telemetry in the background. So I benchmarked over 8 games, added up the average FPSs, got to a total FPS over 8 games of 555.64, and divide that by 8, so my average FPS per game was 69.46, and then added up all the 1% lows, and my total 1% lows over the 8 games was 414.42, divided that by 8, so it was 51.68 average 1% low, and then I divided the 51.68 by the 69.46 average FPS per game, and that gave me a stability of 69.46. So you can see that the stability is actually better when you just install do a custom install of the driver only without Geforce Experience and without the HD audio and physics. And then lastly, I did the same thing once I installed the driver with Geforce Experience, but switched off the in-game overlay. So I added up my average FPSs over 8 games. I got a total FPS of 547.79, so you can see it does perform a little bit worse. And then my average FPS per game was 68.47. Added up all the 1% lows, got to a total count of 409.29. Divided that by 8, got to average 1% low of 51.16, and then I divided the 51.16 by the 68.47, so I got a stability percentage of 68.47. So guys, you can see the clear winner here is once you download the driver, just go ahead and press run as administrator, and then what you do is you select install only the driver, you select custom install, and then you deselect Geforce Experience, you unselect Nvidia HD audio, and you only install the driver and you only install physics. Guys, it gives you the highest FPS average as well as the highest average 1% lows. So it's most stable when you install a driver like that. But what I actually use is Geforce Experience with the in-game overlay switched off, because I record a lot of games, so you actually lose less FPS with Geforce Experience than you do with OBS. So if you're a creator, I still recommend installing Geforce Experience, switching off the in-game overlay once you're just playing a game. But when you're recording a game, go ahead and switch on the in-game overlay, guys, because Geforce Experience is the best when recording games. Anyways, that was a mouthful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this answered any questions that you had. If you do have any questions, hit me up in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, what are you doing with your life? Please go ahead and subscribe. Other than that, guys, have a good day. It's people like you. Cheers.